nice hat.
Hey, a hat.
Hat, partner.
Love your hat.
Hats off! Hold on to your hat. Hat, hold! Hats. You need hats.
Get the hats. Get the hats.
Put the hat on, dumb Donald. Put the hat on.
Oh, my hat.
We are live.
We're at
Guys, this is I don't know, there's no real intro here. We're doing a special episode for Stranger Things, guys, because we are in the thick of it, right? Season's underway. We all just caught up with part one. So we're just going to go around the horn, go episode by episode, give our thoughts, talk about our predictions. Obviously, if anyone hasn't seen it yet, we posted our Dead or Alive tier list on social media, Instagram, TikTok. Go check it out. Those are our predictions for who we think is going to make it. We're going to talk about our thoughts there as well. We're going to get some spoiler talks. But guys, 4 episodes out, what are we thinking so far? I guess
I like it. I like the pace, you know. I like that the core 4 is back together, you know. They're not quite playing Dungeons and Dragons. But
no.
Shit's too real right now.
I have not a doubt in my mind that here's the thing. I'm hooked. But there's actually not a doubt in my mind. This has the potential to be the worst season out of the 5. And
starting off with negativity.
I'm just saying it's when you kind of sit back, because I've been watching some of the old ones again. You kind of sit back and look at the season. I'm kind of like, it's visually something just feels a little off, but damn entertaining. I'm hooked. Like I mean I guess that's really the only barrier that they need to clear. That's my thing.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. I'll say, like, I as we were getting into it, because I didn't watch it all the first day. I kind of watched it as the week went on, and I finished it up last night. I think that last episode, and we're gonna go episode by episode. I think that last episode really like kind of saved this first half for me.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good last episode, but I mean, we kind of it starts off with a sprint, right? With episode 1, you kind of just
my God,
crawl.
Lore dump.
Yeah, it's been what, a year since season 4. It feels like
something like 18 months or something.
Yeah,
like that.
something crazy like that.
And
do you think they did
we're
that?
Just going.
Do you think they did that because the kids aged, or do you think that they actually didn't want to do? Because the end of season 4 ends with the fucking Earth opens, and then they're like, no, we put metal over it. Do you think they did that because they actually wanted to kind of take a step back with the story and not jump into a cliffhanger, or did they realize because how long it's been, they kind of had to take a step back? I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
You know, couldn't tell you. Because they could just kind of go like, yeah, we put metal over it. But is the upside down below that metal? Is that what I'm gathering?
The cracks from the end of 4 are under there.
I know, but I thought those aren't gates to the upside down, or are they not? Because that would kind of eliminate the need for a crawl. You could just open a metal hatch and go in that way.
All those gates opening probably caused earthquakes. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, maybe I'm overanalyzing the cracks.
Yeah, I feel like this season, or at least part 1, right? It's definitely, I don't know how to even know how to describe it. I'm trying to compare it to previous seasons, but it's just it's go, 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 go. It kind of takes place all over like 2 days.
Yeah.
I think so.
And you're thrust in. I mean, I'm trying to, where does season 1 or episode 1 end with
Episode 1 ends with, I think, Will on the ground, and he can kind of see the Demogorgon headed to the Wheeler house.
Yeah,
okay.
Right. I believe so.
Hopper's in the Upside Down. Right.
Hopper's in the Upside Down. They were just attacked by the Demogorgon. Yeah, right. After the crawl. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess some things with like episode 1 that I did like, I kind of, in terms of just like outside of the direction or acting or anything, I kind of like the choice to have everyone. It felt a little Avenger-y, like all the characters are together. Everyone's kind of fulfilling their roles, I guess is how you could put it. Like everyone's on the same page and together, which a lot, like season 4 especially, everyone was separated almost the entire time.
That's true. They had the 3 parts, or like you had like the LA, the Russia, and the Hawkins parts, right? I mean, that was kind of
yeah. So everyone's together. Everyone's got different things, different roles, but everyone's going towards the same goal. Big choices, I feel like, across even all the episodes. I wasn't expecting in terms of like character relationships. Dustin and Steve, not boys right now.
Bad on bad terms.
Yeah.
Not Fred. Dustin in general, and I know they kind of spell it out for you, right? That all the characters are on edge because they've been quarantined for 18 months.
Yeah, a year, whatever. It's been 18 months.
Yeah. A lot of characters, a lot have grown, or character developments that have happened off screen. I feel like Dustin, angry asshole now.
Yeah, yeah. And you
Well,
can kind of go ahead.
Sorry, his like, you know, his boy died in his
that's
arms.
what I was gonna say. Yeah,
That's pretty fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
And then everyone thinks he killed that kid. So he does seem angry. I would agree with the show, or at least his friends in the show, that he's probably too angry, going about it the wrong way.
Yeah, and I think they're all supposed to be on edge. And like again, I don't like trying to harp more on like the positive things. Like like you said, Dustin. It makes sense. He was the only one that saw Eddie die. He was obviously close with Eddie. That whole thing happened, and then I think everyone's frustrated too because like not just Dustin. Like you see it with Jonathan and Steve, and them are all kind of frustrated. Where they're like, "What is the point of doing this fucking crawl?" Like it's like we're kind of, you know what I mean? We're clearing segments. It's not doing that. Like Dustin, and then now Dustin's got to be like, "I want Vecna's head on the stake too," but like, what are we doing? This is kind of fucking stupid. And yeah, I think everyone's just a little bit tense. They've been doing the same thing over and over again, except Robin. She's not tense for some reason. They gave her like a Valium for this season.
Yeah.
She is lighthearted as hell.
Well, dude, she's on cloud nine. She's got her side piece and her radio job.
Yeah.
She's
Got
on
a pretty
cloud
good
nine,
gig.
man.
That's
She's-
a pretty good gig, honestly.
Yeah, she gets to talk all day. Favorite thing, and then her second favorite thing, Vicky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kudos to the people of Hawkins in general. Like, they're quarantined. No one can get in or out, but that's still a pretty like functioning society, community.
Yeah.
Like if
the hospital's bustling.
Yeah. If quarantine from like the Simpsons movie taught me anything, it's like usually they resort to just
Do you think
pitchforks and killing each other.
Did they do that? Do you think just
Maybe
because they're like,
it's
we
coming.
can't have outside interference for what's going to be happening here. We can't have more the military's here. This is the people. These are the people we're dealing with right
There's
now.
one camp.
Yeah.
One camp. One group.
Exactly.
I was thinking about it. We'll get to the last episode.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it when I was like watching the whole like last fourth episode going on. I'm like, literally, there's another dimension. Like hell is underneath them, and they sent like just like one battalion dudes to square up.
They
with
sent
them.
Sarah Connor and one battalion of dudes, and they put them under the earth.
Yeah.
They just have a whole ass base set up down there, which I think is kind of hilarious. That I know.
I thought that was a cool reveal.
I think it was cool. It's just funny. Like I understand that like he's kind of we're finding out like now Vecna's like coming back to make us up, and the whole bit they really emphasize coming in is like it's been quiet in the Upside Down. But I think it's funny that like you used to not even be able to get one like, and even in last season there were bats everywhere, and then now it's like they got infrastructure set up in the Upside Down.
They got electricity down.
They got
there.
electricity down there.
They got a whole setup. Which was a cool choice.
So episode 2 opened. So the first episode kind of leads up to like it's setting everything up. You got the crawls going on, and then episode 2. Now we got the Demogorgon is back, and it seems to be going after the Wheelers. Right? That's kind of where what is it? The same Demogorgon that attacks Popper and the gang? I'm trying to remember. Yes.
I think so. The vanishing of Holly Wheeler.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
I
the
want to
second.
say yes because I think he sees it attack Hopper, and then it flees, and he's like, "Where's it going now?" And he sees it going towards the Wheeler house.
Beelining it towards the Wheeler house, which I went back and forth on that whole sequence. I thought it was cool in some ways and dragged out in others. Because at first I did think that, again, talking the spoiler territory, it does a number on the members of the Wheeler family that are in there. And I thought that was pretty cool. I think it dragged out a little bit, but it was intense, and I was like, oh my god, did they just... Is that how they're opening the show? That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Kind of wish they had, man.
Right? Like, follow through.
Yeah. And I mean, we're going to post our tier ratings, or we'll pull them up a little later, but we obviously have two of the parents, pretty low on our list in terms of survivability, and they both get kind of mollywopped in different ways.
They get mangled. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Especially Mrs. Wheeler.
Oh my god.
She gets hit like 3 times.
She gets spotted.
Does Ted Wheeler only take like one good shot? It's pretty quick, right?
He does go through like various portions of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets moved.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny.
He comes flying into I think that's Mike's room or something. He just gets tossed through. Where is he? He's like in the hallway, and he gets tossed through into someone's bedroom.
Yeah, because he's upstairs because he hears the commotion, and he goes upstairs. And at this point, Mrs. Wheeler and Holly are hiding.
Yeah,
and
they're hip to it.
And he's now the Demogorgon now hears, he's like, because he's going like, hey, honey, and just gets yossed. Like
he's got a 7.
I knew he would at
and
least
a
try and
prayer.
fight. I'd say.
I like that. I think they kind of realized like they had this dude going from being basically the one being like I just support Reagan Bush. I don't really give a shit what's going on about my kids. He's in a Target ad now, and then they were like, screw it.
Good for him, man.
Yeah, good for him. Get that bag. And now they're like, we got to give him a little something to do because his wife was this close to cheating on him a season and a half ago, so they need to give him. Yeah. They need to give him.
She was reading that same book. She was about to have herself a good time.
Oh yeah,
hitting the wine,
drinking
post
a whole
argument,
bottle of wine.
Watching
he was hammered fighting that.
She had that liquid courage.
I think season 3 again a little bit. I've been kind of just like chipping away some of the old seasons. Like it's crazy. I forgot how close she was to like actually like throwing it all away. Like she was out. She was hand on the doorknob about to go out there to the Motel 6 with Billy, who would not have made their rendezvous, by the way. But it's just
being,
funny.
Liquefied.
Yeah, he's being put through the juicer. Yeah, that shit was
Christ.
Yeah, but no, it's just that was interesting. I just thought that I was a little bummed. I think it made sense to keep one of them, but I'm gonna be a little bummed if both of them make it to the end of the season because I thought I thought they had some balls.
It's strange that he's just in a coma.
Yeah,
I see why you need Mrs. Wheeler, right? For the, I will say, telegraph to the point of not needing the reveal. I guess the characters need it, but they clued us in so early.
Yeah,
that Mr. What's-It was Henry.
Yeah,
yeah,
seemed glaringly obvious.
The audience knew, but the characters did not.
I like the idea of doing like a Pied Pipery kind of like, I'm your friend, like evil Barney, all those like stories you hear about as a kid. It's like, there's Barney got discontinued because Barney used to touch people and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, what if your friend, Mr. What's-It, is actually Vecna?
Yeah. It is interesting though because I think it does because and I want to credit Carly on this because she's been really into this. She was talking about the Wrinkle in Time thing that they really seem to be leaning into. It kind of implies the possibility of Henry being like, oh, I didn't mean for any of this to happen, like it all being manipulated, because apparently this musical is canon that I didn't really, or not musical, like Broadway play is canon. I didn't realize. I'm just saying it seems to be, and I'm not against it, and we can get into the reveal about who's in that room later. I'm just saying, I don't know if I love the idea of the reveal. I understand he's being manipulated by the Mind Flayer, like the Mind Flayer is bigger than him, but I don't love the idea if it ends up being that he was actually a victim in all of this, which I just feel like they're kind of ramping up to. I don't know.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. As I was watching episode 1 and 2, because I think episode 2 ends with them revealing that Mr. What's-It is Henry.
Yeah.
Is that when they reveal it? Do they reveal who is been sending Holly the messages while she's at
the end of season 3?
Is that episode 3? Is episode 3 they reveal that? Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
So under episode 2, they reveal Mr. What's-It was Henry. And the whole Wrinkle in Time thing, I was reading that as like, because it seemed so obvious that it was Vecna. And, and David and I were looking at each other.
Don't have any other characters.
Yeah, well, David and I were looking at each other when Holly was telling Mike, like, oh, there's this, like, guy talking to me, and no one else can see me. I'm like, you're a bad brother. You've been through
That's what I'm saying. You guys are all, you're part of the crew.
No. Yeah, you're in the know. You absolutely. And then when Nancy's yelling at him later, saying like, "We knew the whole time. We should have been there." He's like, "We couldn't have known." I'm like, "Yes, you did." Yeah,
I'm agree. When Nancy yelled at them, I'd agreed with her wholeheartedly. I'm like, "Yeah, you actually spent a lot of good points there."
But I loved the, or not loved, but I honestly, Dave and I were like talking it through because we were just like, "All right, if it's not obviously Vecna." And Will's like at this time displaying like some insight, and he does when they do the whole like he's spinning thing and he's seeing through the eyes of Holly. I was like, oh, is it somehow they're doing the Wrinkle of Time thing, which I'm still not throwing out of the question that there might be some time travel involved in this show potentially,
dates,
but I was like, is this somehow just Will in the future, like talking to kids in the past somehow because he's warning him of the monsters, and then it ended up just being Vecna.
Yeah.
But it did, like, when it wasn't obviously Vecna at first, it seemed like it was, and they kind of, like, be like, who is it? Oh, it is Vecna.
Yeah. I was kind of cool. I did kind of like the fact that, like, they did, like you said, Mike, talking about the Pied Piper kind of thing. They always add a new kind of element, especially in the more recent seasons. Like, I did kind of like that kind of thing, and I like how when they do finally piece it together, they're kind of like, hey, kids, who here has an imaginary friend who's telling them they're going to take them away from the monsters so they can identify like who's going to be targeted. Obviously, it doesn't work in the long run, but it is kind of, like I said, I do like the idea because they showed, I think last season was focusing more on him being like, when he picks you, it's going to be ugly. You're not going to like it. And this one, he's kind of like, I'm going to go with like a softer strategy. Like, come on, like come over here and we'll do the nasty shit.
Different.
Yeah.
From what they start episode 1 with Will's like fully conscious of where he is.
Yeah.
Versus like the Holly experience seems like sunshine and rainbows and she's baking cake and listening to her favorite musical artist and trying on pretty dresses. And...
I can see Will being Will's probably pretty tight about that. Like, yo, what the fuck? You mean I could? Meanwhile, he's like shuddering. I mean, in campfires.
Will is tearing himself apart. He's like, we just can't leave Holly down there. Meanwhile, she's like having the time of her life.
I know he's like something's in the mailbox. She's like, oh, my favorite things. Like bumping. She's bumping. She's bumping Tiffany in there.
Yeah. Putting on. She looked a lot like. Well, that's episode 3 stuff. I'm trying to remember what else happened in episode 2.
It's
a lot of the one where Robin and Will go in the woods.
I don't remember.
And he gets more. They're trying to use him as the satellite. Is that more?
That's episode 2.
That's episode 2. Because episode 2 is when the crawl has failed. The crawl has failed, and now all the
they're looking for Hopper. 11 after seeing runs into the upside down. That was brave of her. She's been preparing for this.
Yeah.
So we'll see where that goes. And they have that argument right about instinct and being stupid.
And when you get to see it, I think it's more in 3. But getting to see Hopper, who is upon rewatch, is the best character, is my favorite character by far. Just seeing him doing the military thing with her, like I like their dynamic, and you kind of they really leaned into it hard season 2 through 3, and in season 4 they get separated. So it is kind of nice to see them back together for this season. Because you know what I mean. If Hopper and her were, because when they separated Hopper again, I was like, guys, what did we learn from last season?
Yeah. I think his character is at his best when he's around 11. I personally would be like to have been done with the Hopper character at the end of season 3. But
because it was a great send off for him, but he's back. He can't leave again. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. I hear you.
Well, he's got that bomb. What do you think about that bomb, Eric?
I mean, we get towards at the end of episode 4, like he's all jazzed.
You see it in like the end, like in 1 and stuff, and he's fiddling with it.
Yeah.
What do you think about from the perspective of only like 1 through 2? I guess
1, 2. I feel like we're delving into 3 at this point.
Yeah, we can move into 3, right?
But 1 and 2, I'm at that point. I'm like, like based off our predictions, like, Hopper's not gonna do it. He's not gonna suicide bomb. But like, you can totally understand his point, right? Like he's doing whatever it takes to protect all these people, right?
Yeah, he did it once, and it wasn't. To him, it's not lazy writing. To him, he's like, I did this. I couldn't believe I survived the first time. I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again because I'm going to save my daughter. Well, to him, it is his daughter. At this point, they kind of
his pseudo daughter, right? And we're getting a lot of Hopper flashbacks and talking about his real daughter, Sarah.
Upon rewatching some of the earlier seasons, I mean, that is his drive. Like that is everything about his character the whole time. A lot of people have forgotten the original text, and like it's all about that. And so that's what I mean. 11. Kind of we've seen it in a million shows, the Joel and Ellie's, name another character. I'm sure with the Mando and the Grogu. I'm just saying this one, especially the Joel and Ellie thing. This guy, this is his daughter now. Like, and he will, that's like his whole thing. So when people, if anyone ever questions, like, feel like he cares a lot about 11. Yeah, no shit. He lost his daughter, and now this new girl who needs a parent figure has wandered into his life. He is attached. They are attached.
Yeah.
No.
And I do think, like, you were talking about seeing Hopper with 11, how I think that's the right choice, especially for this last season. I think you get the most out of his character for what's left doing that.
Yeah.
And I think in general for the show, it's just, I was very curious who they were going to pair up, because they inevitably were going to split up, Scooby-Doo style, but, like, who are they going to pair together, right?
I think
what do you think of the pairings?
I think it's... I don't know, Eric, what do you think so far? I want to hear your opinion first.
Like, I like the Hopper and Elle one. I think we're going to see more of Hopper and Joyce in the second half of the season for sure, especially him. He seemed to have... He's alluding towards some sort of question that he asked her that she hasn't responded to.
We already saw one ring, in the season. Would it be crazy if it's not Jonathan's ring? Because that would be... That seems so out of character for him.
Yeah.
Get married where and do what?
and that's the other pairing I was going to get to was they're going to, like, not pairing, but I guess this little core four they've got of Steve, Dustin, Nancy, and Jonathan.
You had to bring Steve and Dustin together. That died, like, it's kind of like the Stewie and Brian family. That's a pairing they found at the end, kind of through season 2 by trial, and then that one works, and you got to roll with that. And I think they knew that, and they're adding a little bit of layer to it where they're kind of getting. They're not just
They're not
boys.
They're a rough patch, yeah.
Yeah, but I think they knew, like, the show works better with, like, and I think they've had enough time to experiment with different pairings, and I think with season 4, everything kind of being separate until the end, they've realized, like, they can do a little bit of split up, but I think they're going to, kind of like in the season 3, 2, and 1, everyone's going to end up at the same spot earlier than they did last season, because I think
for sure
you can't have everything separate again, especially if this is your last hoorah. But I'm glad that Hopper needed to be with 11. He was separate from her for too long. That was supposed to be the whole thing. Yeah,
absolutely. And her character's interesting because last season was she was on her own outside of the beginning. Like, she ended up she spent a lot of the time with the military.
She was with the buyer. Well, she was with Byers and Mike, right? And then Argyle.
And then she would, like, which is like the majority of season 4. She was with Papa doing her own like dream sequences. So because she's got a ton of, like, this second half of the season, she obviously has had all this time with Hopper, but she's got to have some time with, like, obviously Mike.
They had that one scene on the roof, and she was asking about, like, will we have, like, a happy ending? And he was like, with Vecna out of the way, why not? And I was like, well, you still have to deal with Vecna. So we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes.
I will say, I'm keeping an eye on anyone mentioning the future, which would be those two.
Yeah.
Robin was like, she's got a date at Enzo's. She keeps rescheduling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Someone's not making that. It's like
flashbacks of the Max and Lucas movie date.
It's like when you watch a war movie and the guy goes, "Yes, my son just turned 5. Can't wait to throw his first baseball." It's like, why'd you say that? You're so cooked. You're so cooked.
When I saw Jonathan with the ring, I was like, Cook City. Cook City.
Well, and that's that whole pair, that core group.
Let's go back to the sheet.
That foursome that's in the Upside Down with Steve's Beamer, or later.
Was it Jonathan, Nancy, Steve,
Dustin, and that core, to me, that's like the Steve, like, group in terms of he's maybe the most likely to die out of all of them, and I could see himself sacrificing himself for any of those three in some capacity. I could see it going down. So or Jonathan like getting cooked. So
different trajectory. I think Dustin is playing fast and loose with his life.
Yeah,
because of
you said that last week. Eddie. You said that last week about him being a potential, like, dark horse, and now he does have a little bit of a reckless edge to him that I can see that.
He got beat to shit, and it was a little strange that Steve's the only one that was like, "Oh, you got jumped," and everyone else was like, "Yeah, I fell off my bike," and they were like, "Damn, that's crazy." Steve's
the only one that goes like, "Hey, clearly you got your ass beat. Which bike did you fall off of?"
Yeah.
I want to talk about a pause thing. Like, I'm because the humor, I'm not saying like, oh, the show's funniest, but like, they are all charismatic characters. And I think it was episode 3. 2 things that really got me like laughing was, one, the 4 that ended up in the Upside Down driving. I don't know why that made me laugh. Like, that Steven was crashing. And number 2, the turnbow trap that they set. It's a little silly and far-fetched, but I was on board for it. It made me laugh. I'm not going to pretend it didn't. Like, using Erica to get in there, and they basically just roofie a whole family. And I don't know. It made me laugh. It was a little zaniness to it that I appreciated. I know what you guys thought.
Clearly Home Alone inspired.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. The Demogorgon got fucked. Oh, my God.
There's a ton of set pieces in this, like, season, because, like, that... It was a pretty long take, that whole when the Demogorgon shows up. Like, they did a lot. Like, they so between that and obviously like the 4th episode, but
that's why I'm kind of bummed. I kind of like, there was a certain vibrancy to the we'll get to the 4th episode in a minute. I'm just saying, as cool as that scene was, that all that stuff in the 4th one was, it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do a patch of dirt at night. Where I really liked when they're in this, they Home Alone rigged a house. kind of reminiscent of old 80s horror movies, you know, the bathtub. You know what I mean? There was a little bit of flair to that. And while the fourth one has a cool scene that we'll get to, it's just more like couldn't it have at least been daytime or like, I don't know, like even at least with the third season they had all the neon like mall lights going, and this one just felt a little color-wise a little dull. Like action-wise, very cool. That's just about my only thing.
It's a good take. Looking back on it, I do agree with you. A lot of time spent in the Upside Down.
Yeah.
In the third episode, you get the whole 11 mind interrogating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which not to tie it into another show that we've been watching, but like with Welcome Dairy, I'm like, oh my god, this is the same thing. We're watching The Shine.
Yeah, they're like she's only Shine. She's only Shine.
Yeah.
There are a lot of overlaps in these two shows happening. I said the same thing. The mind interrogation. I was like, it's a Dick Halloran out here.
Yeah, she's just running. I didn't realize it was like. I feel like she's done that before, and it wasn't like necessarily painful.
She did to Billy, kind of, in season 3. I'm not like an encyclopedia of Stranger Things. I've actually just watched a lot of this like very recently. Some of the earlier seasons. No,
fresh in your mind.
Well, I just it kind of makes you want to go back. God, season 1, when they thought that was going to be a mini series, holy shit, that shit is crazy.
One of their biggest sequences was launching the
van. Yeah,
the van.
It's crazy.
And I remember when that happened in that show, I was like, damn, they kind of got
barely see the Demogorgon. One, that helps with the mystery, but 2, they physically just didn't have the resources to be showing off CGI monsters like that. So do you want to move into the 4th? I feel like we should probably talk about the reveal at the end of 3, right? What's in the room? They think it's Vecna. That's why they can't see him.
Oh, that's the end of 4.
That is the end of 4?
We're talking about the end of 4. The end of 3 is when Holly's in the mind prison and who sneaks her out, who flies her out.
Who is it, Micah?
Who is it? It's Max.
Whoa! She's
or
not
Max's consciousness.
Yeah, her brain. her dream state.
Yeah. She's been chilling in Vecna's memories, I guess, in this canyon.
Yeah.
Built herself a little rat's nest. And she lured this child out of her house and lured the child into the woods.
But in a positive way.
In order to take advantage of her. To escape. It's not as bad as it sounds. It's innocent. Max is innocent. Yeah. But, loyal Lucas has been hanging out, playing that song, holding her hand, begging her to wake up. That was heartbreaking.
Yeah. She ran
else?
a little faster. She would have gotten out.
She wasn't going to get out. You knew she was
I was screaming. She gets up to that mind spot, and she sees the hole, and she stands there and looks at her hand and starts walking. And then the song ends. You know when the song ends. It's your favorite song. Run. Run.
You guys think it's weird the song didn't end at the end of the song?
No, that was weird.
Maybe when's the last time I touched a cassette tape? I don't know. Does that happen often?
There were some weird inconsistencies, like that whole Thunder 7 seconds thing. It never is on 7 seconds again after that first time. You can go back and check.
Really?
I wouldn't nitpick to that degree. I would just take it for the show telling us.
My other thing I'm going to point out is
Jesus Christ, sins.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. But I was actually. This is not like a nitpick. This is more just a general curiosity. She's like, this place is a maze, and I was like, I'm also curious. How do you get back to the red Vecna room? Because I don't know what route she took. But she's like, I got there.
She left gaping holes in the walls, so I would just, gaping hole.
Yeah.
Reverse gopher your way out of his mind.
Yeah, I guess so.
I also maybe it's in the play or maybe it's in season 4 and I missed it, but it's Vecna. It's Henry's memories, right? So she's in high school. I never thought Henry was in high school. I never thought.
Yeah, that's apparently about the play. That's I think apparently because I was also confused when I saw Henry Creel with who was Ted Wheeler. And all these other people, I don't know.
Joyce was right there. Then Harrington's dad. I was like, oh,
I don't know.
So Joyce knows Henry. So yeah, maybe that is something that's canon in the play that we can't speak to.
The play thing is strange because it's only playing in 2 cities, hardly anyone compared to the record viewership of season 5 has seen it. I'm kind of tapping out of the play stuff because I'm sure if it matters that much, they'll get to it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I never even heard of this play.
Like, am I gonna watch someone's like phone pocket recording of the play to be able to understand? I'm gonna trust them
because, like you said, Micah, it's like the view. How it'd be one thing if, like, in the 3 years since season 4, this was like a smash Broadway hit. Because then I could be like, yeah, you could at least like
be like a Hamilton on Disney Plus or something.
Sure, something, or at least like it's big enough on theaters where like you could be like, oh, like you got to know what it is. Oh, but I don't want to go. I can't see it in theaters. You can watch a recording. You can find a great breakdown of what happened online.
Yeah,
I didn't know this thing existed until people told me, "Hey, I'm confused about that." And I went online. And they're like, "Well, you didn't see this play that played?
You didn't go fly to New York, you idiot."
Yeah. It was sold out because it's only in one theater, dumbass.
Yeah. Well, I'm just curious how much they're going to lean into it, right? Because obviously, him being in high school, maybe that's explaining the play. That's fine. Because my assumption was he was in Hawkins' lab the entire time. From you see him as a child to when he's working as kind of like their assistant slave. One.
How old was he? Because like the kids are, I get our actors are like in their 20s now because of real time, but Showtime they're like 16, and it's only supposed to be like 4 years from when they were like infant looking. So I wonder if like when they cast young Henry season 4, if he's like freshman year.
He could have very well been like 8th grade, and then like but the only thing is like, and then again on the other side of that, Micah, right? Like people said like, okay, well when 11 met him, he looks like he could be in his 20s, but he might have been in his 30s or 40s. I don't know. Like that's
he's
how
inside. He's not aging from the sun.
That's how I kind of. Also, he's supernatural. There might be some weird Neutrogena effect.
Out the wrinkles.
Yeah, no, Micah, because I had the same kind of thing where I was like trying to do that math in my head, and I'm like, you know what? I don't know how fucking old he is.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's all.
Millie Bobby Brown has a child.
Millie Bobby Brown Jovi. She's got
married with a child.
It's a good point. It's a good point. My whole transition with that was that obviously we need to get some answers on what Henry is scared of when it comes to Max's little home base, right? She's been living in some memory after she gets chased by Vecna that she lives in some lair where Vecna clearly is scared to go.
Yeah, it's got the cave. We don't know what the memory is.
Yeah. So there's going to be answers to that, surely, in the next second part.
That the telescope that Holly so foolishly drops, the cap on it has like that shape. That is the same shape as the outcropping for that nice cave view.
I did see that.
What is that about?
Well, I didn't. Apparently, like initially, my logic was, which is, I just thought it was a reference because Al is dressed like Josh Brolin from the Goonies, and I thought it was a Goon, just supposed to be a cheeky Goonies reference. But now, apparently, the eyeglass is important, Micah. Now I've now heard, so I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know. There's
tracking this at all.
So yeah, Al is dressed like Josh Brolin from the Goonies the whole time, which I thought was cool at first, and then by episode 4, I'm like, take the gym shorts off the sweatpants. It looks ridiculous.
But the 80s.
I know.
Training on pumpkins and seesaws.
But she does have there's definitely significance to the eyeglass, Mike. I'm not really sure, but you're right. I did see because she holds it up and goes like, "Oh, it doesn't work." I'm like, "Take the cap off."
I will say, seeing how like Holly is dressed and how Max kind of looks, she kind of looks like either Dorothy from Wizard of Oz or Alice from Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, I heard that.
And that would make Max either like Mad Max the Mad Hatter, or maybe she's, the Scarecrow. She's looking a little...
She could be.
A little frazzled. She's got a lot of patches on her jeans or whatever.
Very different journeys that those two take.
But neither of them leave. But Dorothy does.
Dorothy does,
so does.
Oh, you're saying Max. You're saying Max or the Hatter.
Reassessing. I'm like, hey, if you're anyone but Dorothy, I think you might be Cook City.
Yeah, I can see it. Like Max gets Holly out of the dream realm, but she has to stay herself.
She doesn't get out. Yeah,
I don't think things really work out.
Door 1 for her. Then
she has like the 3 out. What is it like? Live, kill yourself,
stay.
Kill herself, live,
try to escape or live,
or escape. Yeah. So
honestly, not a terrible thing. I wonder how quick, because it seemed like she was able to traverse memories pretty free until she went a little too close to the exit, and then Vecna was like, yeah, he's like, nah, you got to come back.
I will say, back to the Wrinkle in Time thing, because I had to read that book as a kid.
I remember that one too.
They go to this planet that everyone's in a hive mind, and the reason they go initially is that her dad's missing, and he's faced with the same three doors kind of dilemma, and he chose to wait it out. And I cannot for the life of me remember if he makes it out or not.
I also read A Wrinkle in Time, and I can't remember either. I had to watch the movie. I think there was 2 movies.
Interesting.
No, not the Nia DaCosta one. The made for TV one from like the 90s, which was probably also rough.
Well, rough in different ways. It's like, yeah, that Disney money. What are you putting out?
Yeah, no, but we had to read the book, Mike, and I agree. I remember the dad being, that's like a big thing. He's trapped in was it called It?
Get the dad.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, if it is a thing, I also kind of think it's knowing like, well, Henry's a big fan of Wrinkle in Time. Kind of on the nose there, buddy.
Yeah, they are like beating you to death with it. My headcanon is that the entire class was assigned and given a copy, and they've just dropped every book, every copy they have. That way Mike can be strolling down the hospital hallway and see the book and have an epiphany.
Do you think they also are sitting there being like, how did A Wrinkle in Time end? And they had to flip through the book and just see because everything keeps seeming to tie in to themes of whether it's Dungeons and Dragons or what was the one, the Great Escape, right? Everything seems to be tying in to themes. So if it seems to be Wrinkle in Time themes, if I was like Nancy tells Mike, you don't get it now? I get it now. Pick up a copy. Go to the end and see what happens.
I might just got some Wrinkle in Time.
Just a quick little Google.
Wrinkle in Time. How does the dad get out of Wrinkle in Time? How does Chris Pine get out of that?
Oh, you know what? Now that I know it's Chris Pine, it is not looking good. I remember that. The dad makes the sacrifice play.
Yeah, I don't think he makes it out, if I remember correctly.
No, they have one of those moments. It's like, oh man, you've waited so long for me, and you're here now, but you shouldn't be here.
He's like so proud, but he has to get her out, right? He's happy that she found her, but then he's like, I gotta get you home. Like, I've already made my bed.
Ooh.
Oh. All right.
Looking good for Max. We'll say.
Any thoughts on that, Eric? Any updates to anyone from episode 3? I feel like, Holly seems relatively safe. I'll be curious to see her child deceptive skills over Henry.
Yeah.
Because she's got to lie to him now, so that'll be interesting.
That'll be, in general, I think that's going to be an interesting plotline. Because they've certainly, you talked about it, they recast Holly. They're giving her a ton to do. So that's going to be an interesting, and now that they're going to introduce all these other kids, I don't know how much they're going to interact because they already showed that there were like 3 other ones
that she didn't see.
She hadn't seen yet. So, but Henry had said, he's like, oh, Derek's coming here though. Like, he'll be here. Don't worry. So I don't know where those other kids are at.
Yeah.
But we're going to get all these answers, hopefully, here in the second half. But I'm trying to think anything else. In general, I think in episode 3 and 4, a lot of action, and they didn't pull any punches with how Hop and Ella are treating the military too.
No, they
I wasn't
don't
sure how much the military would be like going after them, genuinely
lethally trying to capture.
Lethally and trying to capture them, and or how much they would be villains, kind of similar to how the lab in seasons 1 and 2 are they're not necessarily on the same team, but when push comes to shove, they are, but they Hopper's killing dudes. He's murdering dudes. Yeah, Elle's breaking dudes' necks. I'm like, holy shit, they don't care.
She has been killing people. They've been killing people.
I mean, they bring it up. She tore that helicopter out of the sky.
Yeah.
So I think that was when she was like, fuck it. I'm done playing with. Oh, okay. Yeah. This is something we kind of glossed over. What was up with the not Elle running through the woods? Who was that woman?
I don't know.
It's just a misdirect. They said
he goes, it's another burnout. They said like another burnout. I'm like, why was the stoner hoofing ass?
Yeah, was the stoner trying to escape the quarantine zone? Was that?
I don't know.
That's
I'm
doing like hot yoga.
No, that's what I also have a similar question because like was she
like that?
Was she another psychic? Because like I don't know about you, but I feel like if I was running for no reason and the military was like stop, I'd be like whoa. Like,
yeah.
Well,
chill.
That it's you know what, Brian, you've tickled my. We'll get there, but I had one last thing about episode 3.
Please, go ahead.
That guy pees on the wall. You know, there's no water in the upside down. Thing starts sizzling. What's up with that?
They do because Elle circles back to that like 3 times.
Like, well, you peed on it.
You peed on it, which means like she's like they either understand something that we don't. Like you know what I mean? Because like I feel like if
threatened by it.
If you were exactly, you're not threatened by it because if you were a soldier and it's a clearly throbbing wall. And you didn't know that you would have to know that peeing on it was safe for one reason or the other.
Yeah. Like there's a lot of walls I wouldn't pee on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's like he knew, like they're saying, well, because he was like saying like they're not going to know anything. And I agree with you. Like that's curious. Is it sizzling because of the moisture? Is it the pee thing? Is it just, do they know something we don't?
What is diet?
What does the pee mean?
Could be a lot of beef jerky. I don't know.
The wall, it's revealed in the...
Coffee. It's a very deep orange.
Yeah. It's revealed in the 4th episode that the wall is a giant circle around Hawkins, right?
Essentially, yeah.
Or Hawkins' lab.
The radius of Hawkins' lab, yeah.
The radius of Hawkins' lab, and that's at the center, right? Where everything started. And that just begged the question to me as they were doing all these crawls.
Oh.
And they say at one point, like, ooh, that segment doesn't feel very Vecna-y. And I'm like, I feel like you would have hit the hot spots.
That's
like
why I was thinking
Hawkins'
too.
lab seems very obvious that you would go check that out.
The house he was
Did
at.
I mention that Hawkins' lab quadrant was the one that wasn't Vecna-y?
No, they mentioned it's like 301. It's like where like the Circuit City is. Which again, references.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, if you're doing all these crawls and you're getting frustrated that, shut up, Bob. You're getting frustrated you're not finding anything. I'm like, I feel like you should check out some hot spots rather than kind of just randomly. But who's to say?
I agree. Yeah. And the way they're doing this, I would have loved to see a successful crawl. But
I was curious. Like, what does that look like? I was wondering because it's tracking Hopper, not the convoy, right? So he must roll out and but then he must have to get back to the convoy to then leave. Yeah. So I'm guessing there's like you said, Micah, they explain what they do, but I would have liked to see a successful one. Whether he finds anything or not, I think it would have been cool to be like, because I had questions watching, and I'm like, wait, so what does Hopper do once he jumps off the truck? Does he sprint back to the base after? Like, what does he do?
Yeah.
Nope, never know. It was a failed mission from the jump.
Yeah, it didn't. And they said they've done like 30 of them. And
yeah, it's like 38 or something.
Yeah, he has to hop in the convoy to get in and hop in the convoy to get out. Seems a little far-fetched. And then every time. But apparently he's the world's stealthiest big man.
I do feel him, though, about like not wanting Elle to come. Because she's like, why can't I come? He's like, the only thing out there is soldiers. You can't come on this thing. They're gunning for you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, I cut you off. What were you saying?
No, I was just thinking also, like, that would complicate this also logistically. Like, you have to get 2 people on that truck now.
Yeah, no, right?
Yeah, but I digress.
I do laugh how, like, the whole thing about them tracking him, they realize, like, well, we could have put this on any car. I'm like, yeah, kind of a little more maneuverable with the BMW. But that was a funny scene. I did like that was a good one. But yeah, then I guess we'll talk about the last episode, right? I mean, I feel like that's kind of where we're ramped up to. Vecna, he got a facelift. Get new digs, bro. What's up with that?
I liked his walkout. I was pretty hyped. I mean, I think it was certainly like a choice to not really show him the whole time in something that's built out. And see, episode 3 is Hopper and Elle. Elle's been having this whole the government has some weapon that
like
impairs
a sonic
her abilities. Like a sonic gun that impairs her abilities, and called her kryptonite. And they do when they do the interrogation on that guy, she's able to see what she thinks is Vecna being held by the military behind a door. So they're like, all right, her and Hopper are gonna go kill Vecna behind this door in the base in the Upside Down. and blah 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 blah. I don't know. Like I feel like getting to that.
Okay, let's just cut it here. I feel like nobody liked that reveal. That reveal fucking sucks. Sorry. I didn't like it. No, I don't. Do you like it? Please.
Why don't you?
Because I think it's the weakest part of the weakest. It's the weakest part of a story that like nobody cared about. I think I thought they kind of just moved on because they introduced her at the beginning of season 2, and then they do the episode in the season 2 which was essentially just to set up spin-offs. And I bet the Duffer Brothers will come out and be like, "No, we always planned on her." No, you didn't. Shut up. I think they brought this back in, and I think they needed another superpower person, which I get, but like I find that whole thing painfully uninteresting, and so the reveal didn't mean anything to me. I am curious about what they do with her in Volume 2. They might do a cool story with her. I just was like, when the reveal happened, I was like, pfft. Sorry.
So I saw a theory about this that was the D&D game that Dustin, Lucas, Max, and Lucas's sister, whatever her name is, Erica play, and Erica rolls a 20, and to get there, she rolls an 11, an 8, and a 1.
Yep. Carly talked about that one a little bit, too.
Yeah. Also, during that campaign, Dustin dies. So that's interesting.
But it's 11, 8, and Vecna is technically 1, right? Henry.
Well, the theory is that we're getting all the way to the end, that someone is sharing one's powers, is all I will say.
So Will.
Yeah, so Will. Yeah.
We're 45 minutes into this talk now. I feel like we can get right into it.
Okay, Will.
Yeah.
Will's got powers.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that, like, I would say, like, Eleven's character arc seems to be maybe branching. Like, she's always fighting, like, Hopper for, like, a longer leash. She, like, runs away to go do that for a longer leash. And then, you know, she, like, temporarily broke up with Mike, hangs out with Max. That was fun for her. That's what Max and her see when she's saving Max's life. And now they gave her a sister. Yeah. That's nice.
No, yeah. I know it's more of a hater, me kind of being like, oh, they're bringing back that weak part of season 2. It does make sense.
At least they shaved her head, you know? Thank God.
So, yeah, because she had that crazy, like, flow thing.
They were like, that won't fit in the machine.
But I just think, like, okay, so they really hammer in the cold thing. Will is under with Vecna. That's a big thing. He's not cold. He wants to be cold.
He's not wearing his jacket.
He's not. That's the thing. And then the other thing too is like, I'm sorry, like even in the trailer they show interaction between Vecna and Will. Like, cool, he has these powers. Like this, it's either gonna end bad for him or it's gonna get a lot worse before it gets better for our boy Willie Byers. I think that just seems pretty obvious, right?
I will say I don't think you give him powers in the way you give him powers just to kill him. That would be interesting.
No, I'm not saying killing him necessarily. I just feel like right now it seems like we have this new weapon against Vecna because Will can control the Demogorgons. That is going to circle around in a negative way somehow. It might not result in him dying, right? Am I crazy for saying that? I feel like that's not that crazy.
I wonder, you know, to reference one of Eric's favorite movies, if it's like a Ring type of deal where it gives you powers, but also it turns you evil. You know?
Yeah. It could, yeah. I mean,
that was your theory, right, Eric?
My whole theory, I wasn't sure. I thought at the end of this season, or this first part, he was going to go bad. They kept inferring that there was some connection between him and Vecna. Until the very end there, I wasn't really sure where he was going. And then he got his little super up scene, which I'll get into my thoughts on that in a second. But, yeah, I still think there's a solid chance he goes out because of how, like, interconnected he is with Vecna. And then in terms of introducing 8, or reintroducing her, I say, I'm kind of in the like somewhere in between. I feel like in terms of Brian's haterness and Micah seeing it as like character development. Like
I thought it could be interesting.
Yeah, I've lightened up on it a little bit since the reveal.
No, for sure. 'Cause I think it's like
we're here now. I don't know.
I think like when we first saw it, it's for everyone involved who's seen the show. I think Brian's absolutely right. It's the weakest part of the show, that arc, because it's only one arc. It's never really brought up again.
You can skip the whole episode, and it does not. You will not miss a beat in season 2. That is not a good sign.
It feels a little unearned, a little undeveloped when you see her, right? And
cool. does she look at that snowball dance when she's like gothed out and everyone else is like...
I understand she's got that. That's the only thing. That's the only thing if you skip
would understand.
If you skip that episode with that for someone who's never seen it, they would be. There's one scene where she references like making a happy memory, and then you'd be a little confused, like why does she have eyeliner on now? Yeah. But otherwise,
what a raccoon was.
But otherwise, the show doesn't miss a beat. Like it actually picks up where the previous episode left off because it's complete derail. But yeah, sorry, Eric, where you were on your...
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I think this is like kind of a risky situation, right, to take on, because it can, if this goes well, redeem the weakest part, as many people would say, of your show, like the weakest story aspect of it.
Take a crappy area.
Pull this off. For me, you're reintroducing what is the weakest part of your show this late in the game. I don't know how much character development you can get for this character, how much you can get the audiences on board with her.
I agree.
I think there's a lot of inherent risk to this, and so like I'm excited. I'm not turned off to it. I'm excited to see what comes out of it. But I don't want this
it's
just
ballsy.
kind of it's ballsy. Which,
Eric, I do hear your point though. It's like it'd be different. Like last season, if she had stumbled in, she could have spent the last whole half of season 4. And by this point, we'd be like, oh, that's 8. I forget her actual name, but like it's 8. Great. You'd be like, that she's part of the gang. Now it's kind of like, right, you're going to have Christmas and New Year's to get yourself established, and that's it.
Yeah, like, what, 8 hours maybe?
She's only ever interacted with Elle out of any of the characters.
No, she's never.
Except maybe Vecna or the military.
Yeah, that's why I would have laughed if Hopper just shot her. He had no idea who she was.
Who the fuck is this? He blows
Hopper met Vecna?
No, I'm saying Hopper's never met 8.
No, I know, but has he met Vecna?
Not personally, no. No.
What if he was like, Vecna's a teenage girl?
Oh, yeah. They'd be like,
he's a cop after all.
What do you mean Vecna wasn't an Indian girl with shaved head?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. What? That'd have been, crazy route.
Where he blew himself to high hell. That'd be crazy.
Elle walks in. No. Wait.
Oh, that would have been.
Oh, fuck me. That's
show.
funny. I didn't think about that. I don't think they didn't take a picture. Hopper has no idea what Vecna looks like.
How do you describe? Only 11 knows that he was once blonde.
They're gonna say a psychic person with tubes. She had tubes coming off her.
Yeah.
So she
had a lot going on.
I mean, 11 talks way better, but imagine it was season 1 11 trying to describe Vecna.
Scary man.
Scary
man. Not Papa.
No hair.
Papa. Not scary Papa.
Yeah.
Skin like Ego.
Her talking cadence never ceases to make me laugh. Like, I'm sorry. Whenever I hear, you are like Papa, I will laugh every time. I don't care. Oh, fuck me. That's funny. We're talking about this.
Was anyone else terrified for Lucas? I thought he was going out terrible down there in the tunnels.
And there,
when he got slashed the first time, I was like, "Oh no!"
Ooh, yeah, I was like, "This is kind of ballsy," but I still think he maybe needs some resolution with Max.
I do laugh about the thing is that they all, because I understand they've done this a few times, but like they're also like, we got this plan to get the Demogorgon. That one, I'd say there were a couple times like he could have died, you could have died, a couple of you could have died, and you seem a little too cavalier about this. Especially Erica. She didn't give a shit. But like Luke, there was that one where he doesn't fall in the hole initially, right? He pulls himself up, and I was like, oh, I've been shitting myself.
Well, that's why you got Mike with the shovel.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Hit him with the shovel, Mike.
This Demogorgon literally is just hospitalized to your parents. Your father will never be the same. And you don't even see.
Your mother can't talk. Not
At least your mother can do the your dad. Right. He may never wake up, and you're just gonna hit him with a shovel. No. Sorry, you're.
I think we see this a lot through these first 4 before the lead up, where Will kind of flips the switch or hits the reverse. That you see a couple of times that he does feel whatever they do to the Demogorgon. What do you think he was doing in that moment? Like just whack, and then like light on fire. You see him get hit with the car by Steve, and then he just like falls to the floor. Yeah, so that's rough. Do you think he felt at the end when he Vecna's all the Demogorgons? Do you think he felt that or no?
I don't know.
I guess not. I guess not.
Yeah.
So I guess we can talk about the Will like power up scene too, right? Because it seemed like they've been building up to it. Like Mike has the talk with him about like you can control the strings yourself, and then Robin gives him talk about pairings, right? Robin and Will have their little conversation about like believing in yourself. They do the whole like Super 8 Will's memories with Mike scene,
which is funny. I've learned that all the Super 8 footage you see are the memories that are described to Will when he's lying, the spy kid in season 2. It's those exact memories. It's 3.
Like even the conversation with Mike is, when Will's like all traumatized, like early on, Mike is like, maybe you're the spy also. It goes both ways, and now he's encouraging him to use the Demogorgon control both ways. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like Noah Schnapp, I don't think he's a very good actor, and I don't like Will Byers as a character, and it makes sense for the show. No, I don't think he's a good actor. For the show, it makes total sense what they're doing. I'm like, ugh, more Will. Him. I don't like to watch him act. I don't get that gay. Like first of all, anyone who says they just made Will gay, no, he's been gay since season 1. Like it's been very obvious since season 1. They literally they're very ham-fisted about like the fact that this kid is actually gay. Oh my god, if you watch this season and go like that's kind of woke of Stranger Things, then you're an idiot. I'm sorry.
Sure.
Yeah, a woke thing. Because like literally, it's like in season 2, the opening episode, there's a whole scene where it's like, "Sorry, you don't like girls." Like they yell that at Will, and then he rides away crying. Like literally, it's
pretty obvious.
It's pretty obvious.
In terms of his character arc, like I think my reaction was like, finally something. I think
he's been getting his ass beat.
And he talks about it with. I think they're doing a good job of like finally adding an arc to him because he's been so traumatized. He's been the victim for 4 seasons.
Season 3 is the only one
mom. But he's not even really doing it.
No. Season actually, I would say this season 1 and 2, he's like getting mentally whipped around like a ragdoll.
He is.
And then season 3, he's the outcast because all of his friends have kind of moved on, but him.
Right.
And he's the whole movie, the whole season 3 is him feeling sorry for himself, and Mike and Lucas trying to apologize to him.
Season 4, he's feeling sorry for himself because he doesn't really have much. He doesn't have a ton to do in season 4. It's more about his sexuality.
His sexuality for Mike. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I'm kind of glad they actually gave him something here, and like I was kind of gassed up to finally see him like do something, and
it was kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
It was finally like well earned, and that's like I was like, all right, I'm kind of hyped. He's like not just like a victim, and he has this conversation with mom like, stop looking at me like a child.
Yep.
And I'm like, finally, like cool, good.
I will say that moment is what solidified in my mind. I was like, all right, this is Infinity War, big team up, things go bad. All those kids, getting taken, they lose, all is lost.
Yep.
You're hearing the rumors like, is time travel involved? And then like, boy, was it. And, and then you got like your second half, which is maybe that's Endgame. And I thought that this was like, there's not really a moment like this in Infinity War, but this was such like a Captain America grabs Thor's hammer moment where you're just like, oh,
you can do it.
Yeah.
That's a good way
it was,
of putting it.
triumphant, but still like, ultimately took that big fat L. How many kids went missing? Like 12?
Yeah,
what do you think something like that?
A lot of them.
They show that wormhole. They make sure you get a mini lecture on wormholes. When they're trying to get Erica to drug delightful Derek's family. And then
the graphic represent
draws, again, coming up clutch, can do large scale and small scale.
Yeah.
12. There's always been a big focus on
oils,
clocks.
Pastels,
There's always been a big last season there was a huge focus on clocks, right? So 12. There's clearly something going on.
Oh my god,
this
is the wicked tie-in. Who's inside that? That's fucking Oz, bro.
It's fucking Glinda.
Elphaba and Glinda will return in Stranger Things Part 2.
Oh my god, yeah, but no, I don't know. It's I think the thing is like we could spy because it's hard to tell like what has been set up before, what's up now. Like you said, Micah, the obvious one, the drawing Will makes you finally see the science teacher you haven't seen in like 2 seasons show up again.
Always just explaining stuff.
Always just breaking down scientific concepts, and he's got the wormhole drawing. So you're like, okay, I wonder if that's. I wonder if that's going to tie in.
They're gonna go to a faraway place.
It's like the old writing thing. If in the first act you show something, then you just move on. You know, you never show it again.
That bomb's going off. I don't know who's going to be wearing it. Dustin, perhaps.
Oh. Yeah, I'm excited to see what's next.
I mean, yeah. Do we want to pull up our
I can try. Yeah, I mean, I can show up
and see how we feel about where
not
we
gonna lie
these
to
people going.
Let's see. Hang on. Here we go. Can I see this right now? Let's see. Boom. Is this showing my tab?
It is indeed.
Yep.
Hey, we're back.
Oh,
all right.
Well.
This
lots
is
of
our guesses going into last week.
Let me start on the Bones thing right now. I was ready to hate this kid. I find him endearing.
Dipshit Derek, but now he's
delightful. Derek.
He's delightful.
Yeah,
seeing
seeing
Derek
Derek
get
get dragged off really made me sad at the end. I'm not gonna lie.
Vecna
And
probably
I
still
knew the
bone.
Demogorgons were strong, but damn.
Yeah. I think Vecna's still cooked. Dr. K,
Sarah Connor.
she's got to
The
be
most cooked anyone's ever been.
Yeah.
The most cooked anyone has ever been.
He's a little outside now. I don't know
Dude,
about Marpes.
I was complaining to David. I was like, Murray's character arc, or not that he has a character arc, but his character is kind of. I don't know. People really liked him in previous season, but like he's not doing anything. Like he's just
his purpose.
Well,
Was
now
like
he's
to
now he's
entertain
roped,
Joyce.
but now he's wrapped
And
into
then-
the action now. So you'll see, because now he's not the delivery boy anymore.
Yeah, now he's not just delivery
see.
boy. So
I
yeah,
hope
he'll have
he's
more to
chips.
do.
He's better be chips, but I mean, otherwise, I mean, the trajectory of his life has been greatly altered.
He's not waking up, Brian said.
He's been greatly altered.
I think that might
Did he
be the
die?
last time we see Ted Wheeler. No, he's alive,
This
I think.
guy, yeah. I was thinking of the
I
other.
think now he's head
other
honcho.
dude.
I think his 2 superiors are cooked.
I
though.
think we've
we saw
confirmed
that.
she's going to live. So, but we're fair to be rather concerned because she did get attacked. I think that's fair. These 3 jury's still out. I would say actually any of our other ones, the jury's still out on those.
Who are there?
We got
Will.
We got Jonathan, Steve, 11, Joyce, and Will.
Yeah,
jury.
yeah. I mean, is Joyce Joyce? Yeah, got like a little interaction with. She got swiped by him, but with the backhand, not the front hand. So she's all right.
I would say
Vecna
with her,
really doesn't care to kill off people. It seems like.
yeah, but I feel like it hasn't really. Nothing's really moved the needle on these ones besides her. We now know. I think we're fair to put her rather concerned, but it looks like she's going to live now.
I like to think that he was in shock. It's like seeing someone you went to high school with at the grocery store. He was like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah.
She got old.
I can see that. I think in our 50-50, I would say Dustin we would maybe move, but I'd say otherwise I think it's
I'd be
pretty
concerned
fair.
a little more about Dustin. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I would say
move him down.
I will say, like you said, Micah, the Vicky and Robin probably fine in a 50-50.
Well, I think maybe narratively has Robin served her purpose.
Yeah, she got a little too chummy in this last season. Time to offer.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like she's helped Will get his powers by accepting himself. What
I can zoom in, too.
more does she have to do?
Yeah, I mean,
True.
if they're not gonna build out her relationship with Steve anymore, and like not like relationship, but like they're not really, friendship. They're not really pairing her up with Steve as much. Like it's clear Steve is better suited with his Dustin and like where he stands in the Nancy Jonathan love triangle. So, I agree with you, Mike. I don't really know what else she's got to do other than like
She did a lot, but that might be all she has to do.
Holly Wheeler's going to make it to the end now. I feel like she was the taking. She's the titular. She'll be back. I think the only thing with these ones up here were good, except Max. We might have a little, like you said, a little scarecrow doesn't leave Oz. The white, you know what I mean. Nobody else leaves Wonderland.
She's just kind of like where she was.
Is that any form of life? Would you got
Well, what state are they in?
It's kind of live-o.
They're lucky this isn't taking place in Florida. Oh my god!
World's most expensive vegetable. Yeah, I mean Hopper. They just teased his death again. He just did.
Yeah, he can't. Yeah, he's fucking a lot
on killing
What
himself,
about
and then he
Mike?
was like,
Mike.
Maybe he's got,
you think our boy
like
Mike?
guilt. he did drop the ball humongously by letting his sister just go into this situation blind.
Yeah.
Also, he's super important to 2 of our 3 powered people.
Yeah, it's trying to get to that point where he is kind of the golden boy to so many of the other important people.
Yeah.
It would be, and he's kind of like, for at least like, he's kind of the main character in a way. Like,
yes, he really has been. Yeah,
the show through his eyes for the most part, early on, especially.
Yeah,
it would be a crazy turn to kill him off. I think that would be like,
or at least put him in danger. I'd say. I would definitely not say safe maybe anymore.
Yeah, I still think he's safer than someone like a. I mean, they just teased Lucas's death and then didn't give it to him. So
yeah.
Similar,
no, that's him in that moment, actually. Wow.
Yeah. Similarly with
the back of Vicky's head.
Yeah.
The most safe of anybody.
Listen, we'll have to check back in after Christmas, but I think it's just good to check in on that. But yeah, that's we did all right, all things considered.
Yeah, I'd say so.
A couple ones that might have a little odd ducks out, but I think pretty well, all in all.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see how committed the Duffers are to killing anyone.
Yeah, who
for
knows
the most part. You know, like at the end of the day, it's. I mean, not to tie in the Wicked thing, but like we're gonna talk about Wicked.
Yeah,
I watched Wicked, but
Wicked.
All
right,
tune into our normally scheduled movie.
Thanks for tuning. Yeah.